Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a nice day before we begin the video. Please subscribe and give the video a thumbs up. Grant Wachter, brother of slain actor Johnny Wachter, and Micah Parker, who is helping organize a Los Angeles rally in Wachter's honor, discuss the crime wave in the city and how officials need to step in to fix the problem. 1 year after beloved General Hospital actor Johnny Wachter was murdered in downtown Los Angeles after a work shift, his final film is set to premiere at the upcoming 2025 Dances with Films Festival. Wachter, 37, was shot and killed on May 25, 2024, when police said he was confronted by 3 individuals who had his car raised up with a floor jack and were in the process of stealing the catalytic converter. The actor's final work was filmed in 2022, according to Fox 11, but is now about to hit the big screen. Friends and family of Wachter confirmed to the outlet that the film, Show, Mama, will premiere at Las Dances with Films Festival on June 24 at TCL Cinemas in Hollywood. It's really important to me and his family that his legacy lives on for the incredible things he brought to the world, fellow actor and friend, Micah Joe Parker, told Fox 11. Parker described the movie to the outlet, saying it was about family, friendship, and love, something he believes is directly correlated with his late best friend's life. Wachter was working at Level 8, a rooftop bar, and was leaving work with his co-worker, Anita Joy, in the early hours of May 25 last year, when the fatal altercation took place. In a previous interview with the Daily Mail, Joy said staff had been complaining for months over the lack of parking available to them, but that their concerns were brushed off. Actor Kevin Saskavage, holding a picture of actor Johnny Wachter, marches with more than 100 friends, actors, and family who marched to City Hall in Los Angeles to call for justice in the shooting death of Wachter and urge city officials to post a reward for information leading to the arrest of the killers on June 12, 2024. Gennaro Molina / Los Angeles Times via Getty Images. According to Wachter's mother, Scarlett Wachter, her son had protected Joy in his final moments of life. They were walking to their car, and when they get there, Johnny's car, which was parked in front of the co-workers, looked like it was jacked to one side, and from what I understand, he said, "Hey man, you towing my car?" And the person looked up and had a mask, and so then I guess he knew they weren't doing that, and so he stepped in front of the co-worker and then backed up and put his hands up or both, and the person shot him, Scarlett Wachter previously told Fox News Digital. He had no problem stepping into the fray, Parker echoed. It's how he went out from this world, stepping in front of his friend to take a bullet. When that happened, I said, I'll take the swings and arrows for him now. Days after Wachter was shot and killed, his co-worker, Anita Joy, who held him in his final moments, shared new, harrowing details about the series of events that led to his death. Getty / Anita Joy Instagram. Days following the murder, Joy shared harrowing details about the events that led to his death on her Instagram page. I've needed to take some time to collect myself and my thoughts. I was with Johnny in his last moments, and I'm here to be his voice after such unimaginable events, she wrote. He was killed senselessly by a coward who reacted without care of the gorgeous life he was taking, she wrote in her post. I'm angry, I'm sad, and I'm all the feelings at once, but above all, I am here for Johnny's justice. Nearly 3 months after Wachter's murder, police arrested 4 suspected Florencia 13 gang members in connection with his slaying. Johnny was a victim, said Parker. He was a victim of this crime, but he lived his life as anything but a victim. He was a doer. He was a dreamer. So that's where we're turning the page now. Wachter got his start on television in the series Army Wives, before appearing in other shows like Animal Kingdom, Criminal Minds, and Westworld. Nearly 1 year after the tragic and untimely death of General Hospital actor Johnny Wachter, his final on-screen performance will take center stage at a prominent film festival. honoring not only his talent, but the life and passion that drove him to succeed. The late actor, best known for his role as Brando Corbin on the long-running ABC soap opera, was gunned down in a senseless act of violence in Los Angeles in 2024. Now, as friends, family, and fans continue to mourn his loss, Wricht's legacy is being revived in the most fitting way imaginable, with the premiere of his last film project, which he poured his heart into before his life was cruelly cut short. The film, titled American Saviors, will premiere at the Silver Strand International Film Festival this summer, marking a bittersweet milestone for those closest to the actor. Wright plays the lead role of a conflicted war veteran struggling to find peace in a society that often overlooks those who sacrifice the most. The movie, an indie drama exploring themes of loyalty, trauma, and redemption, is already generating buzz among critics, not just for its emotional depth, but because it represents the final chapter in Wricht's acting career, one filled with grit, integrity, and undeniable heart. "Johnny gave everything to this role," said director Caleb Morgan, who worked with Wright on American Saviors for over a year. "He was the type of actor who wasn't afraid to get uncomfortable, who wanted to understand the emotional truth behind every line. You felt it when he was on set. He was magnetic. It's devastating he isn't here to see this moment, but I hope he knows, somehow, that he made something extraordinary." The announcement of the premiere has reignited emotions in the soap opera community and among Wricht's devoted fan base, many of whom have kept his memory alive on social media with tributes, throwbacks, and messages of justice. Wricht's death made national headlines in May 2024 after he was shot during an attempted catalytic converter theft in downtown Los Angeles. According to police, Wright was walking to his car with a friend after finishing a bartending shift when he encountered three masked men near his vehicle. One of the suspects reportedly pulled a gun and fatally shot the actor before fleeing the scene. His mother, Scarlett Wright, has been vocal in her pursuit of justice and her desire to see her son remembered for the person he was: generous, humble, and deeply committed to his craft. "Johnny didn't just want to be famous," she said in a tearful interview shortly after his death. "He wanted to make a difference. He wanted to inspire people with the characters he played. That was always more important to him than money or recognition." While fans may remember him best as the brooding yet kind-hearted Brando Corbin on General Hospital, those who knew Wright personally often describe him as someone who approached every project with the same intensity and care, whether it was a short film, a commercial, or a full-length feature. His colleagues on GH were particularly shattered by the news of his murder, with many taking to social media to express their grief. Co-stars like Sophia Matson, who played Brando's on-screen wife Sasha, and Maurice Benard, who portrayed mobster Sonny Corinthos, posted emotional tributes in the days following his death. "Johnny was one of the good ones," Benard wrote. "Kind, thoughtful, and dedicated. My heart breaks knowing he's gone." The creators of American Saviors initially struggled with the decision of whether or not to proceed with the release following Wricht's death. Ultimately, the consensus was unanimous. This was something Johnny would have wanted. The film, which had been in post-production at the time of his passing, was completed with the support of his family and a special dedication at the end of the credits honoring his memory. The movie now stands as not just a powerful story, but a tribute to a rising star whose life ended far too soon. "His death shook us to the core," said producer Lena Grant. "We debated shelving the project. But every time we watched the footage, we saw the love and effort Johnny put into every scene. It felt like a disservice to let that sit on a shelf. So we pushed forward, not just for the film, but for him." In addition to the Silver Strand Festival, the film's team is planning a limited theatrical release in the fall, with hopes of expanding based on audience response. There is also talk of an awards season push in independent categories, not only for the film itself, but for Wricht's performance, which has already been called hauntingly authentic by early screeners. Critics who previewed the film described Wright's portrayal as both vulnerable and fierce, capturing the emotional conflict of a man trying to outrun his own past while fighting for a better future. "He knew what this role meant," Grant said. "He told us during filming that this character was the closest he'd ever felt to himself. That's what makes it all the more heartbreaking, and all the more necessary to share it." Beyond the industry accolades, the release of American Saviors has also given Wright's family and friends a meaningful way to keep his spirit alive. His younger brothers, Lance and Grant, have publicly expressed their support for the film and plan to attend the premiere alongside their mother. In a joint statement, the family said, "Johnny would be proud of this. He would want the world to see the work he left behind. We're grateful this final performance will be something people can connect to, something that reflects who he really was: brave, sensitive, and full of purpose." Wright's tragic death has also sparked broader conversations about safety in Los Angeles and the rising number of violent crimes linked to catalytic converter thefts. In the months since the shooting, local activists and city leaders have called for stricter regulations and harsher penalties for such crimes. The LAPD has increased patrols in high-risk areas, and the city council is reportedly exploring legislation that would limit the resale of auto parts without verified proof of ownership. Though these measures offer little comfort to the Wright family, some have found solace in the fact that Johnny's death may serve as a catalyst for change. "I want justice," his mother said in a recent interview. "But I also want prevention. I want to make sure no other mother has to feel what I feel. If Johnny's story can help wake people up, maybe some good can come from this nightmare." As the premiere of American Saviors draws closer, the anticipation is matched only by the sorrow of what's been lost. For fans, friends, and fellow artists, it is a chance to witness the swan song of a performer whose best work may have still been ahead of him. And for the Wright family, it is a moment of healing, a reminder that while Johnny's time on Earth was brief, the mark he left is indelible. "This film is his goodbye," said director Caleb Morgan. "It's the last thing he gave us, and we're going to make sure it's seen." Johnny Wright's light may have been extinguished far too soon, but thanks to the legacy he left behind on screen, and the people determined to keep that light burning, his voice will continue to echo through the stories he loved to tell. And as American Saviors prepares to debut in front of its first audience, the world will finally get to see the last role of a man who lived to make art, and whose spirit remains unforgotten. Thanks for watching this video, and please subscribe our YouTube channel for more update news.